Oh my God, Will, this Last of Us stuff. I was going back and reading some of the comments on the clip. People were mad at you specifically. Okay, they were mad at me too. They're mad at the both of us. They said, "How dare you talk about the game? You didn't play the game." And they're kind of right. But I think it's a meaningful topic for us. Outside of that, because it's just such a big game, big impact, big business, and some of the stuff going on around the game. Plus, you played the first one. Give him some credit. He's played the first one already.
It's a great game.
Plus, both of us are going to play this one. And so, spoiler alert in this article. If you go read this article, I think there's some spoilers. I stopped right at that moment.
Okay.
But anyway, the game, the reason it was meaningful, it was trending because of some people, a lot of people also didn't like the title. I said some people don't like it. They said, no, a lot of people don't like it. Some people were upset with the story and various other factors. The Metacritic stuff, we talked about whether or not you should listen to the user scores or the critic scores and just how people feel about this in general. I was mostly interested because of the graphics. I'm just looking for that realistic, what is the optimal graphics experience right now? And that pumped me up on its own. And it may encourage me to just go through the game just to appreciate the visuals. But outside of all that, this game crushed. And regardless what you think of the story and what you're mad at, and you're mad at Naughty Dog for all the reasons you're mad.
Yeah.
4 million. They sold 4 million units. It becomes the fastest selling Sony game for the PlayStation 4. It goes ahead of Spider-Man. 4 million units. Well, can you remind me what a game costs in 2020? I buy a unit. If I buy one unit, Last of Us Part 2.
It's about $60.
I don't know about you. I mean, I can't do this off the top of my head here. 60 multiplied by 4 million. 4 million times 60. I'm guessing that's a fairly big number. I don't know. I might be wrong. That's a lot of zeros. There's some zeros there. Can you read that number? Or you need to count those zeros.
240 million.
$240 million? American dollars. Whoo! I think you're allowed to also call that $250 million.
Yes.
Are you allowed to say that?
Yeah. I mean, you're close enough.
The Last of Us Part 2 sells $250 million. $250 million already. Fastest selling Sony game ahead of Spider-Man. Wow. So I guess it's pretty clear that even with people being angry, still doing business, The Last of Us Part 2, Sony's post-apocalyptic survival game set decades into a pandemic that nearly wipes out humanity, has become one of the company's fastest-selling games ever. The company said it tallied more than 4 million copies sold to customers through June 21st after the release on June 19th. So in the first 2 days. 2 days, $250 million. Wow. Well, this is also testament to the popularity of the game the first time around, because a lot of people purchasing the sequel, be like yourself, played the first game. So whether or not those people are happy with the score they left maybe came post them purchasing it. But
it's like, okay, I'll buy it.
They already got your money. Yeah, they already got your money. Yeah. So anyways, that's significant to me. Is it possible that the concept is the storyline is particularly accessible right now, given what's going the state of the world?
Yeah,
is
a little convenient.
Yeah, is that part of it? Is it the fact people are looking for things to do to entertain themselves? Was it just the perfect scenario to move 4 million units? I'm sure all those things came into consideration. You can't go to the movie theater right now. I'm sure a lot of things came into play when in getting to that number. I don't know. This whole thing may be enough for me to give it a crack. Well, I just got to find a couple minutes, couple of moments of time, and maybe I give it a crack. We'll see.
Play the first one.
Oh.
And then move on to the
second. Yeah, but I want the optimal graphics experience, Will.
You'll get it.
In the first one?
Yeah.
I feel like the second one is better, though. I feel like the second one is better graphics.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I don't care about the story. I don't even pay attention to the story. I'm just kidding. It's
a great story.
I'm kidding. Guys.
Don't you dare.
I'm kidding. Sheesh. Okay. Anyways. A lot of units. A lot of units, a lot of angry YouTube videos, a lot of angry Metacritics, but 4 million units.